Hi, this is Leithia from Farm View Creators. Today we're going to work on the Thanksgiving window box insert from the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. So here are all the different pieces. I've already got some of them stuck to the sticky board, and we are going to start by working on the words and the gourd with buttercream from Paint Couture. This is a chalk style paint, and I'm just going to use a sponge dauber to get that first layer put down. Try to go fairly thin on that first layer. The sponge daubers do really well with the letters. It keeps them from gooping up in the tiny little corners and crevices in those letters. It also allows the scoring to show through on that gourd. And then I'm going to hit it with a second layer, making sure that I do have it evenly covered on those words and the little gourd. Then I'm going to get the little top for the pie. I almost forgot about him. Then I was checking to see if I needed anything else in the buttercream before I put it away. We will come back to that color later though. And now I'm going to go in with Spanish Sunrise. It is an acrylic mineral paint from Paint Couture, and I'm going to get the cute little feet and some other little pieces of the turkey and the leaves. Really trying to think about how I want to do things. I wanted the leaves to have some variation of color, so I tried to very quickly add more colors before the first and second colors dried completely so that I could blend them. And then I'm going to go in with the Firelight. That red was the barn door red, which is my current favorite red. The barn door is a chalk style, and the Firelight is a mineral acrylic. I'm going to hit that pumpkin pie slice, yum, with some Firelight. It's just a really rich autumn orange. And then I am going to get the turkey painted in Pinecone. That is another acrylic mineral paint from Paint Couture. I'm going to hit the stem of the gourd. Then I'm going to go back in with my second layer on the hearts and the face, my second layer of yellow on the feet and the beard. And then I'm going to hit just a little more yellow on those leaves to kind of brighten them up a little bit on those edges. And then I'm trying to decide which sets of feathers I want to do what color. So I decided to go with Autumn Sage on the bottommost feather set. That one is another chalk style paint. And then I'm going to go in with Kale Sprout. That one is a mineral acrylic. Both of them lay down so smoothly. And then now I'm going to go in with Vintage Flair. I am really liking this blue. It's so rich, yet it's a very good shade for fall. I'm going to think about what I wanted to do. I decided to go in on the backboard for the words. That insert slides into the front part of the window box display, and I hit that with just one layer of that Vintage Flair. And then I decided to do the other one in the Kale Sprout. Again, just one good layer because I want it to kind of have that distressed look. So I'm not really looking for full coverage. However, one coat did do a really nice coverage. It's one of the reasons I like these Paint Couture paints. Hitting my turkey feathers with another coat. And then I'm going to get all that nice and dry. And I decided I needed to get that bottom part of the insert just so they would have a more finished look. And I will hit the back side in a little bit too. Again, giving all of that a really, really good dry. And here I go on the back side. Again, I am not trying for full coverage. I'm not really concerned about it being streaky because you're not going to see much. I just kind of want it to have a more finished look than just the wood on the back. And now I'm going to go in with my Debi's DIY and distress all the pieces. I've gotten to where I'm liking doing it while they're still on the sticky board. I just feel like I can move quicker and I still get the kind of distressing that I want. You can see that as I go, I'll buff it out with my fingers. I do kind of take some of it and buff it throughout the piece just to give it more oomph. And then on the gourd, I was trying to hit those score lines. I decided they needed to be cleaned out just a little bit, and then I hit them again. Anytime I have too much wax, I'll just wipe it back with my baby wipe. And then I'm going to do some accent dots around the pieces with the end of a tiny paintbrush. I'm going in with the buttercream for the accents on the turkey piece. And I'm just randomly deciding where I put these. I actually should have probably laid the whole piece together before I decided where to put those, but you know, hindsight. And I'm gonna get the word inserts with the distressing wax. And I totally forgot about the little turkey's eyeballs, so I will go back in later and get those. And now I'm going to distress those words while the dots on the turkey part are drying. I'm just hitting a little bit here and there, not trying to get every edge of those words. And then I decided I wanted to go in with Basil, which is another mineral acrylic from Paint Couture, and I'm going to do my accent dots on the letters with that basil, and it looks so pretty, y'all. I'm just trying to alternate up and down one side of the letters, and then anytime my dot was not large enough, I just reloaded my paint and went back at it, giving that a really good dry, making sure all my little pieces and dots are dry. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite top coat, Dead Flat. Takes out all the shine and gives it that nice protection. Does not take much at all, just a very thin coat. I'm getting really, really, really low on my Dead Flat, so I'll be switching over to a new jar soon. I love the pots that the Paint Couture products come in because I can just dip my brush directly into them instead of having to like squeeze out a certain amount and then wasting it. So I'm going to get all the pieces off and start assembling. For the letters, I just went ahead and laid them on top of the piece that they are going to go on, just to kind of have them consolidated out of the way. And then we're going to get to work on the turkey. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Love this glue because it does not make my fingers all crusty and nasty for hours afterwards. I've been using that very small bottle for quite a while. I actually just ordered a refill bottle, which I like that you can get just a refill in a larger amount to fill up my little bottle. And then I'm going to get my feathers and my turkey on there. Oh, he's so cute. His little heart. Then his little face. You can still see score lines for where to put those pieces. Little slice of pie. And I'm really trying to figure out exactly where I want those leaves. I think they turned out really pretty. And then now I'm going to go in with my pitch black and hit my turkey's eyes. I will go back over that little piece with a little more dead flat once it dries. I'm going to assemble my words. Again, you can still see the score lines. You can actually see them if you look closely in the video, and that really helps to get them lined up. So like sometimes just for the light, I'll kind of tilt it up to make sure that I am getting them where they're supposed to be in the score lines and making sure that they are getting on there straight. I love the font of that Thankful. I also like the Gobble Gobble. I'm a font kind of girl. I love changing up my fonts. I had to play with that G to get it just in the right place, which is another reason I like the art glitter glue. It does not, it bonds quickly. It dries very quickly. However, you do have a little bit of wiggle room, and I can't hang anything straight to save my life, so I need that wiggle room. Just getting all those cute little letters. I just love how this kit turned out. And there we go. You have 2 different word signs that you can use with it. There are all the pieces out in the sunshine. And then here is the Thankful insert in the window. And then the Gobble Gobble. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.